All right. Yeah. Saturday's workout ain't gonna happen. Uh, you know, Ray, you said it. I just cannot deload normally. I can't. I just don't have it in me, and I'm gonna have to work it in me because when you take a deload, it's active rest. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do your 45, your 55, and your 65. And I just always have to make it harder. I got to. I thought I shut that off. Yeah. I don't know how many of them I got to click. But I just don't. You know, I don't know. It, I feel like if I do it normally, that is going to, I don't know, it's too easy. Like I said, it's too easy. But I'm going to have to start doing that. And I do want to take like in 4 or 5 weeks, I'd like to take a week off. But today I am not. I tell you, there's no desire at all. I had like three. I had almost 4 hours sleep tonight. It's still tonight. It's 11:57. I woke up at 10:25. I've been trying to get myself down there to do my workout. I took my supplements and all that. I'm not stimulated yet. I just can't get. So, with not being into it and wanting to get what I want to get down there and knowing that it's going to be a shit show, I'm just going to take today off. This weekend will be just, taking a day off. I got to go to my mom's house and do work, so I'm going to do that. But yes, I'm going to have to start doing normal deloads, but it ain't easy. Uh, I didn't feel great the whole week, but I got it all in. I got it the way I wanted it, and I'm satisfied with what I got. Uh, Especially on Thursday when I hit the 4 sets of 3 with the assisted chin ups, because I really didn't feel like I was going to get anything, and I pushed it. And then that day I was on a job. Let's see, did I start that job? Yes, I think Thursday I got that really hard job. That's a pain in the ass, man. You gotta stand there at the freaking grinder and grind these gate that are on the top. And the gate is where when they pour it down the hole, that forms it's the gate for the at least that's what I think. I've been working there for over 31 years, and sometimes it's like I don't know what I'm talking about, but it forms this big, thick, it's about that friggin' wide, and these assholes that cut these things off will have it that thick because there's sheeting that goes around it. And these little pansy ass bitches don't want to cut the sheeting because, yeah, when you're cutting through it, it can grab. Oh well. You're going to have to be a man and just push through it. But no, they don't. So you got to bust your ass to grind these. Now, you don't have to grind them all the way down flush. You can leave what they call a tail on it, a telltale, just a little bit. But it is a pain in the fucking ass because of the way you got to fucking do it. And I always do more than everybody else. These other guys will be like, well, I can only get like 5. I'm getting 9 an hour. They're getting 5 an hour. And I'm like, so I busted my fucking ass to get them 9 because you had to. And but yeah, this whole week, the whole deload week was kind of a, you know, this camera looks like it went back into time where it's just black and white. There's color, but it's weird. It just seems like it uh just went into a me. I seem to be paler. I don't know. Maybe I'm a ghost. Maybe I died last night. I better go back to bed and see if I'm, alive. But anyway, uh yeah, so I busted my ass, and that's one of the reasons why I go and go and go when I work out, because I love working out and I hate my job. Okay, and I think if I gotta bust my fucking ass at that job to earn money, and I'm on piece rate, so I gotta earn my money. Okay, I can't stand there with my thumb up my ass and move things around and go, "Well, I put in 8 hours." No, you didn't. And they ought to take you up on top of the roof and throw you off and go, now, after you hit the ground, get up. Now you're going to put 8 hours in. Okay. I just got an attitude about lazy ass bitches. Um, I was listening to a video just now of a guy. Yeah, this camera, it's like it's trying to adjust, and it's weird. It's like it got darker. It's like it's getting darker and trying to put more light on me. Don't. I don't have the face for that. But anyway, uh, yeah, I just feel like, since I got to do that, I'm going to hit this hard. And I went to bed last night and I was thinking, yeah, you're going to get up and you're going to get your workout in. You're going to get your workout in. And then I wake up like almost 4 hours later, and I can't get back to sleep. And I'm like, I'm going to go get my supplements and I'm going to drink that and I'm going to feel great. And then I'm going to go downstairs. No, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. And when I was younger, I would have went down there and probably put on a shit show for myself because I wasn't doing any videos. So I'm not going to put on a shit show for anybody today. I'm going to take a fucking break and I'm going to enjoy it because I'm 58 years old. I have to keep that in perspective that I am not immortal anymore. I'm not the Highlander. I wish I was. I heard these people that said I would never want to live forever or be immortal. And I'm thinking, why? Well, you go through really bad shit. Yes, I went through really bad shit. I just went through bad shit back in the whole fucking summer. I went through bad shit with now having double the damn work. I loved being immortal, even with that shit. I mean, that would be even, God, I'd be even worse if I was immortal because you'd recover better, wouldn't you? My God, I would be down in the fucking cellar. I'd be putting on a shit show for everybody because I know I'd recover better. People be going, "Why the hell, man? That was a shit show." It's like I'm immortal. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my breakfast a big, whopping breakfast. I got to do wash. Yeah, I'm just going to take a day off. And it really sucks. I feel irritated, because, well, I put in all that work at work, but I'm going to come back better. I'm going to come back on Monday. I'm going to do a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll be back on Saturday. And I'm going to hit that. Okay? And what I'm going to do, I think, this week is I'm not going to I would do 4 sets and shit like that, or 5 sets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 sets of bench. I'm going to do. I said I'm not going to the Lou raises. I got the 12, the 3 sets of 12. So what I'm going to do is I think Ray was the one who said about the upright rows. So that's what I'm going to do because that'll help, the traps and the uh, whatever, all this shit up here. I can't think. My brain just went, yeah, I'm out. Uh, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 3 sets of bench, 3 sets of the upright rows. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to do 3 sets of military press, and I'm going to do 3 sets of. I'm going to go back to 60-pound assistance, and I'm going to do 3 sets of whatever I can get to failure. Okay. I really would love to get 8 to 10 reps with 60 because that'll help my 40. And when I go down to 20, and when I finally go down to absolutely nothing, okay? And then on Thursday, I'm going to do close grip and skull crushers. And it's going to be 3 sets. Because I want to try to, I guess you could say, kind of rest up for Saturday because I really want to get that. I want to get 300.8 pound deadlift for 2 sets of 5. And if I can get 3 sets, and yeah, that might set me back too, but I'm thinking, if I can get that, then add another like 5 pounds or 10 pounds, however I feel, 308.8. Well, wait a minute, that'd be 310.8 and 2 sets of 5. Uh, would be for the next one. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's my plan. And like I said, it depends how I feel with the deloads, because that there's running around. It's like, well, you don't want to always do a normal deload. And boring but big. I did that boring but big one time. Now that it's in the winter time, and that's the thing about winter time. I tend to overdo it with everything, and then I get colds, which kind of sucks. So I gotta watch it there. I gotta try to have a happy medium. But I want to do one of them boring but big. Okay, with the sets of 10 with lightweight, because I like doing shit like that. That's good for cardio. I want to get out and walk, and maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go out and walk right now. I only thought about that now. It's like you could walk and then you could get a workout in. There you go. Uh, yeah. Um, so that's about it. I'm going to take that time off, uh, recover, because that's when you get stronger, when you rest. Lifting helps, that's building, but when you rest, and I said I'd like to lose some weight, and that's still something that I'm throwing around. I don't know, because when you're natural and you lose weight, and even if you're enhanced, even if you're taking TRT or you're on steroids or pro hormones or whatever, and you lose weight, you can lose strength. And I'm trying to get stronger, but I don't want to go back up to 280. I want to stay within the 230 to 240 pounds. Even though they'll say, well, that ain't good either. You ought to go down to 100. I don't want to go to 180 pounds. I forget. I heard a guy. I don't know who it was anymore, but he said and I don't agree with this, but he said any male under 200 pounds is a woman. And I thought, eh, okay, that's weird. Because there's guys that are under 200 pounds that are power lifters that are strong as fucking oxes. There's guys under 200 pounds that are fighters that could kick my ass. I mean, I'd go up like this, and it would be over. I'd be I don't know if I'd be laying on the ground. I always was hard to knock out, but it'd probably be like I get a liver shot and I'd have to go down on one knee and go, all right, okay, okay, you got me. So, but yeah, so when it comes to losing weight, I want to go and try to maintain what I've got. So I'm gonna have to just keep eating the same way. I want to go take a walk. And in the wintertime now, I'm not gonna have all that yard. But the weird thing is sometimes all the and here's another thing. Okay, with all the work I have, plus I lift weights, my job, that even though you're working and you're moving, if you're overdoing it, that can fuck you up and you can gain fat because your body is overworked, tired. It's not it's I guess you could say it's not all the gears ain't working right because you're overdoing it. So you can fuck yourself that way too. So I was thinking about that and I thought, man, I really that's why trying and I want to get something online to where I can make money. But this may piss off people that watch my channel that are white collar. It's white collar. And I have a hard fucking time sitting down at the computer and doing white collar work. I can play a game or I can watch a video or whatever or on scroll on uh, X, but if I'm doing something and I can set shit up, I set up funnels and I set up email shit like that, so I know how to do that. But it is so it's not the physical shit to where your adrenaline and your testosterone are raging and you can fucking grab a hold of shit and move it around. It's moving your little mouse and type and all that, and it just dies. It's like I get really pumped up and then all of a sudden, like a month or two later, I'm like so I'm gonna have to figure out how to you know how to work that. I've been trying to, work that, but anyway, I'm gonna end this now because I'm gonna have to do my wash and make my damn food. And then hopefully after I make my food and I got a belly full of friggin' breakfast sausage and eggs and cheese, I can go to bed and maybe get a fucking nap in. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. Today ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna put on a shit show. Uh, my I've been feeling like my family for some reason, the men, you know, I guess from standing all day. I got to stand all day. So the hips have been hurting now. They're aching kind of for about 2, 3 weeks, and that's the thing. I stand all day. I stand and then I move a little bit here and then I stand and you know so that's another thing because I try to keep my squats, I try to keep as upright as possible, but for the last couple weeks when I did started doing squats, god, it's hard to get down. And I noticed that I am a tad high on some of them because you have a habit of overcompensating by bending over, and when you bend over it feels like you're lower. And that's another thing. When I thought about that, I thought I'm going to have to do really, really light pause squats, which there's no problem with that. But if I do really light pause squats, I'm going to have to do more reps. And the way my hips were feeling, I thought, I don't know. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to keep moving because that's another thing. When when you rest, if you just decide to lie down, which I've done that already in the past, where I just thought, well, I'll take a week off and I'll just lay around and everything. You come back, even when you're younger, you come back and you feel like it's just like, geez, maybe I should have fucking done something. Maybe I should have did knee raises or just walked back and forth in the hall or whatever. Uh, but anyway, all right, that's a screw. I thought it was a spring. Uh, but anyway, um, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna I'm gonna just do my work, normal work this weekend, and get a good rest. And I'll see you Monday.